Hello, I am Todd Nichols.
And I'm Melissa Nichols.
We're therapists at the Family Attachment and Counseling Center and also parishioners at St. Hubert. Father Tollefson invited us to share some things with other parishioners that we often share with people who come into our clinic seeking services. Melissa's going to start, and I will give the camera to her.
We thought that we would talk today about anxiety because this is first and foremost on many people's minds is that these are difficult times and anxious times. When we look at anxiety, I think that it's helpful to think of it as narrowness. And in fact, the Latin root for anxiety, angustia, means narrowness, and it is a narrowing of our perception. Interestingly enough, the Bible gives us a lot of clues about how to deal with narrowness in our life. And there are hundreds of verses in the Bible that talk about praising God and being thankful. And that truly is the antidote for anxiety. So, interestingly enough, there is a researcher and PhD psychologist his name is Martin Seligman, and he has developed a type of therapy called positive psychology. In positive psychology, much like the Bible, he says that thankfulness is really the key to reducing depression. And depression is the buddy to anxiety. Many of the symptoms overlap. What he says is research proves that you can reduce depression by 50% in 1 week if you do these simple things. The first thing is, before you get out of bed in the morning, can you be thankful for 3 things in your life? And when we look at thankfulness, you have to visualize it. You have to think about it in your head and be specific. So if I'm going to be thankful about something, say a cup of coffee, I want to be able to visualize the cup that I have that coffee in. I want to visualize the feel of the warmth in the cup. I want to visualize the smell of the coffee. And that is one of the little ways to look at how you can be thankful, is that you have to be specific. He also says that at the end of the day, if you can review your day and pick out 3 things that you are thankful for that occurred, that this is the recipe for counteracting depression and anxiety. So Todd will talk for this next segment.
All right, thank you, Melissa. One of the ways that I and many other therapists work with people who are experiencing both anxiety and depression is through a methodology called cognitive behavioral therapy. And one of the cornerstone thoughts of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT for short, is that your thoughts influence your feelings and influence your behavior. So it's important to look at all 3. One of the frontline ways of addressing depression and anxiety symptoms is to look at the behaviors, 3 behaviors that are very important, and those are exercise, sleep, and nutrition. So I'd encourage all of you out there, especially during this time, to look at the behaviors you are engaging in or in these areas, exercise, sleep, and nutrition, and to make sure that your behavior is supporting good moods and good overall feelings. Especially with nutrition right now, it's easy for everybody to think about things they might take in nutritionally too much. Alcohol being one of the main concerns, but also even things like chocolates or chips or other food items, too much sugar, that may be counterproductive to our mood in the long term and therefore interfere with our ability to sleep, which is one of the big 3, and also to exercise. So that's one of the first things I tell people when they come into my office with symptoms of anxiety and depression is to look at these three areas, exercise, sleep, and nutrition, to make sure they are engaging in activities and behaviors that support positive and productive anxiety and depression symptom reduction. So that's all we have for now, and we're going to come back later with some more. Hope that's helpful for you all. Stay safe and stay in touch with each other and with us if you need at the Family Attachment Center.
God
Thank
bless.
you.